some people feel like diasporans contribute to prices being high.
For the whole year, it's like $2,400. For 2 years, it's like $4,800.
Yeah, which is basically somebody's rent in New York. $2,400
monthly rent, and you pay that in a year.
In the midst of making it, the gas just went off. And it's like, I get it. Some of these prices are a little outrageous. Did you have a good stretch?
Yes, I did. I feel like brand new human being.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the expenses you can be expecting if you are to move to Ghana. So let's dive into it.
Okay.
So I know that expenses could look different for everyone depending on what lifestyle you want to live, but let's talk in terms of the average diasporan that wants to either live in the city or be close to the city, want to have money for entertainment, food, things like that.
If you come here, it depends on your goals and your aspirations and the kind of lifestyle you want. If you want to be bougie and live in a place where you don't want to see dirt and you want to be concrete all around, and you want to be close to the airport and live amongst aspirants, you are looking at $1,500 to $3,000 a month in rent,
and that's the minimum, right? Because I've seen like 2,000 and up.
Yeah, 3,000, even 5,000. There are places going 5,000. Like,
and these are like luxury buildings. Like they have a gym inside, libraries.
That's right. Hey, the $1,500, you're not gonna have
coffee shop. So what are you gonna have? Why are you paying 5,000?
No, 5,000, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 1,500.
Oh no.
The 5,000, yes, you're gonna have all of that. If you're looking at 5,000, not even. I think 5,000 we are dragging.
And a pool.
Yeah, some people are charging 5,000 on average. If you want all this stuff that you're saying, you can get it for $3,000 a month. You know, the Signature, the Villaggio, those buildings where like everything is inside, pool, like kind of like a hotel. You are looking at $3,500 a month. You know, if you want to be modest and live like 25 minutes, 30 minutes away, like Adenta, you know,
which is also not bad because you're still close to the city, but you're saving money.
Exactly.
A lot of money.
Yeah, in that case, your rent can be as cheap as $200, and I'm not talking about like a crappy place, like a very nice place for $200, $250, $300. You can have a very nice place, no different from the place that is charging you $1,500 this level. Like, if there is a difference, it would be a slight difference. So
the difference was really like the location.
That's all it is. Most of the people who are building are not building in East Legon, because to get a plot of land there is like $200,000, and all the issues are
like it's not worth it.
A lot of people are building outside of East Legon and all that places,
like the outskirts.
Yeah, 30 minutes away, like us, 1 hour away, 15 minutes away. All these people that you're watching on YouTube, that's where they are living. We moved here for a reason, to have a more relaxed life and wanna experience the city life when we feel like it. But if you have the money and you wanna ball out and go pay $2,000 in rent, by all means. But don't forget that you're gonna pay yearly,
a year or two in advance.
Exactly. So you are talking about paying $24,000 in advance, $48,000 in advance.
That's for the luxury?
Yeah, that's for the luxury.
Okay.
However, if you want to be modest and live in a $200 house, for the whole year it's like $2,400. For 2 years it's like $4,800.
Yeah, which is basically somebody's rent in New York. $2,400
monthly rent, and you pay that in a year. So if you are smart, you know, if you are rich, you're a millionaire, you got money coming in, by all means live your luxury life. But if you are not rich, you know, you have $100,000 to your name, $150,000 to your name, it's not worth it to pay that amount. I don't think you should pay more than $600 in rent in Ghana if you're moving down here and you are not balling, because you have the opportunity to save that rest of the money that you're going to pay to the landlord to buy your land. You can get a nice plot of land for $5,000. Pram, Chai Hills, Afinia, these places. A plot of land is going for less than $5,000, and then you can slowly build on it. If you're using that money to pay your yearly rent in this Legon, what are you going to accomplish down here, right? You are just back on the rat race again.
So let's list out the places that are considered like luxury and expensive. So I know East Legon, Osu, Cantonment, Laboni.
Airport Residential. Airport Residential is like very close to the airport. Yeah. So yeah, I think these are the places that's expensive. Then they have other places that's becoming bizarre, like very expensive. Hacho, which is,
I've heard of that.
Yeah, Hacho is becoming very expensive. You know, a friend of mine told me that, and then I saw a plot of land going for like $150. $2,000. So that means rent there is expensive as well. But I don't know much about rent there. I don't know why you would want to even live there. It's Lagos Hills. It's a bit far from the city as well. It's like 45 minutes from the city. From the airport. Because of the name, rent there is not cheap either. It's like, $1,000, $900. Yeah.
So if we're talking the outskirts, meaning you're 30 to an hour away from the city with decent rent, where Oyarifa,
Adenta, Adina. Madina is very close to East Lagos, maybe 15 minutes.
how's Abri? Because I know people like that location as well.
Abri is very nice, and the rent is gonna be very cheap. Of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Abri is gonna be very cheap. The rent, if you wanna live, but the thing is, not a lot of people are building nice buildings there to rent out. I heard it's like now people are now tackling it.
Yeah.
Right? But you're gonna find, if you wanna live in like a very fancy apartment, which I'm sure they have apartment buildings have it coming up. They know people love Abri because of the weather. If
it's nice and breezy.
Yeah,
it gets chilly, like a little chilly.
Not just a little. It gets chilly. If you're in Abri, most of the time you're not gonna be using your AC. You'll be saving on electricity because
a lot of nature.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about groceries because you need to eat, obviously. We mainly shop at Malcolm and we also support the locals. Like we buy our fruits and vegetables from the roadside. So how much do you think one person would need for groceries?
It depends. Do you like salmon, imported salmon? That's gonna cost you. Do you like steak and all that? So it's gonna cost you. But if you want to be modest, kill your chicken. You can have your live chickens. So that it's not frozen
Which
food.
is pretty affordable, by the way.
I think it's the 150 cedis.
Yeah, for like a whole chicken.
Yeah, we usually buy two because it's a bit far. We buy it from the mountains, which is like a village, because we chose that because you could actually feel that they didn't inject them with a lot of medicine and stuff like
natural.
that. Yeah, very natural. So we get it from the village on purpose, and it will last us for like 2 months sometimes.
Just
right?
put it in the freezer.
Yeah. So that's $300. That's like less than $30, right? And then the kind of meat that you like. But modestly, I think $200 a month
for groceries.
Yeah, for groceries.
So let's see, because every time we go to Malcolm, and mind you, this is not getting everything from Malcolm,
but
we spend like four or 500 cities.
We go there once a week or every 10 days. So you're gonna spend about like 3,000 cities or less a month. That's for two. So one person, you could divide it by two.
You're including the stuff that we get on the roadside.
Yeah.
Because we could spend 1,000 cities on the roadside sometimes too.
Oh no.
Yes.
The roadside.
Well, this one time when I got a lot of stuff from the lady around the corner, I spent like 1,000 cities. Was it 1,000?
Baby, that was like less than 200 cities that you spent that day.
Oh, it was 100. It was 100 cities.
Yeah.
I'm bugging. It was 100 cities?
It was 100 and something cities.
Okay, yeah.
You bought yam. Yam is like 20 cities and a few stuff. Nah, nowhere close, baby. You gotta buy your toilet tissue. You gotta buy your garbage bags, all that stuff. So I would allocate 3,000 Ghana cities for a party or two, which is roughly about $220 for a party or two. If you are one person, you don't have to divide it by two because certain stuff is gonna be the same. Like your garbage bag.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna live in there for 5 days because it's just you. It's gonna stink. So certain stuff, that's just what it is. That brings us to water bill. Depending on where you are, water bill is not that expensive. Water, we are looking at less than $10 a month.
But weren't you paying like 1,000 cities before?
2,000 cities.
2,000 cities before I moved here.
So Ghana Water can stress you out. Like when you have a new building of your own, they charge you like commercial rates. And once you move in, you gotta fight them, and they mess with the meter and they try to get you. If you don't fight it, you're gonna end up spending so much money on water if you don't know. For them, and eventually they brought it down, and now my bill is like 80 cities, 100 cities,
which makes sense.
120 cities sometimes.
Yeah. So if it doesn't make sense, if you're questioning like this is a bit much, they're probably
they probably do something, and you gotta go fight for it. Electricity could be expensive, but because of our solar,
we're saving money.
We're saving money on electricity, but electricity in Ghana could be expensive. People are spending about $100 a month, $120 a month on electricity here. But on average, we spend about $60 a month on electricity. It's been really hot, so we've been using the AC a lot. So the past two months, I think our bill is gonna be a bit higher. Like I think we are gonna be spending about 800 CDs a month instead of the regular 600, 400.
We covered rent, groceries. What's another essential?
Your diesel and gas.
Oh,
whatever
yes.
you're using. That is very expensive.
But not okay. So let's say you decide not to drive and you're doing boats.
That adds up too. But you need to drive unless you are paying that expensive rent and you are in East Lagos on the continent. You could rely on boat and Uber just like you would in New York and stuff like that, and
Okay.
you'll be just fine.
So just to get an idea of what you can be spending on Bolt. So I know like from here to like let's say Accra Mall, which is what, like an hour?
Yeah,
That's
because of the
like
traffic.
that's like 70 cities, which is like $5.
And that was way back.
That was last year.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same. So now it's gonna cost you like about 100 cities.
Okay. Well, that's still like $8, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah. So just to get an idea of how much
That's
you
back
could
and
be
forth.
spending.
16. If you go, you gotta come
Yeah.
back. You gotta move around. Well, it's imperative that you buy a car in Ghana. Especially if you're trying to live outside of these places that we're talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
You need a
Unless
car.
you want to hop on a chocho
Yeah, unless you want to hop on a chocho
or a motorcycle.
Chocho could be affordable. So how humble are you? $50 a month, you are good to go. But if you want to buy a car and fill it up with gas and stuff like that, I spend about, depending on how often we are going now, spend about 3,500 to 4,000 CDs a month on.
How much is that in dollars?
So divided by, the math used to be simple when it was
10.
10. So you are looking about $240 a month. Yeah.
Okay. So I know that you get diesel
Yeah.
for the car because you need diesel for
Yeah.
that specific car.
Yeah.
But let's say you have like
A smaller car. Yeah. So the full consumption of mine is a bit, higher. But if you have a smaller car, you will be spending about maybe $200. It's too expensive.
Yeah, so it's not a huge difference.
It's not a huge difference.
Okay.
Like $200, $180, thereabout. You gotta remember, there's a lot of traffic in Ghana. That is probably like half of your money on gas and diesel gone in traffic. Literally, like most of the time you are in traffic. Yeah. So to make a long story short, I look at about $200 to $300 for diesel or gas. It's one of your biggest expenses in Ghana.
So I know bigger cars are more advisable for Ghana because of the roads.
Absolutely.
So how much are you looking at for a Land Cruiser?
Oh, you don't have to buy a Land Cruiser. You don't have to buy a Land Cruiser. A Land Cruiser is expensive. Land Cruisers, if you want to buy a brand new one, you're looking at $100,000, $80,000 to $150,000, depending on what kind. So you don't have to do that. You absolutely don't have to do that. You can buy, Fortuna. You could buy Tacoma.
And these are all big elevated cars, right?
Yeah, these are all cars that can survive Ghana. You can buy Tacoma for like $30,000, $28,000. That is really like good for Ghana roads. You have pickup trucks and stuff like that you could spend $35,000. That's $40,000 to get it, and it will still survive the road. A Land Cruiser is a big boy stuff. You don't have to do it. It's expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about for a smaller car?
For a smaller car, if you want used, you could be looking at $10,000, like between $7,000 to $18,000,
which is not bad.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah.
But if you know that you're living in an area with crazy bumpy roads,
But people make it work. People make it work. Shit. If you don't have the money to buy a big car, people make it work. A lot of people in our neighborhood are driving small cars.
Yeah, but you don't know how often they have problems or have to get it fixed and all that.
Good point. You're gonna have a lot of problems with your car. If you can buy 4x4, that's what they call it. You can buy it RAV4. It doesn't have to be so massive. Those cars are kind of meant for bad roads in a way. Because when it rains, sometimes you might, in your lifetime, even if you live in a fancy neighborhood, in your lifetime in Ghana, you're gonna pass through some roads.
How much can we expect to spend on entertainment? Like going out to eat, going out to have fun, socializing?
Depends on who you are.
Yeah.
It depends on what place you are entering. When we sit down, you and I, it used to be cheaper, but now it's a bit expensive. So one person, we are looking about 130 CDs. We don't drink like malt and all that stuff often, so it's using that part of it, just water. So you are looking at 130, 150 a person. So times two, $300. We might do that twice a week or once a week. So if you do that twice a week, times 8. If you're doing it once a week, times 4. So if it's 2 people, that's 300 times 4,200 CDs. That's less than $100 for the year. If you go twice a week, do that. 2 people times 8, you're looking at 2,400 CDs, less than $200. But not just eating, you might do other stuff. Look at $300 for entertainment, and you have a great time.
All right, I think we covered the main things. Yeah.
I think the only thing we left out that most people want to know is internet and your phone.
So we get the bundle deal from MTN.
It was like 214 gigabytes. And I think during Christmas, they cut into half, almost, little more than half. It used to be 400 CDs, $399. When you buy that, you used to get 214 gigabytes for the month. Now, it doesn't expire, so not for the month. But the first week, you have a bonus of half of that. So it was like it was like 112 bonus. You can't use all of it. So we used to watch movies. That's when, like, if I have videos planned, I'm like, okay, we're gonna upload all the videos and schedule it. It's gonna go to waste that first week. That is separate from the 214. Ghana, man, they're too greedy for unlimited. So everything counts. And now they cut into half. Now it's like 350. The new one, the most you can buy is 350 on the app. So 350, you get 94 gigabytes, and then you get half of that for the first week. So about 48 is it's a bonus. So the first week basically it doesn't eat into it. So give or take a month, I spend that lasts me for 2 months on my phone. 350 for me, 350 for you, 350 for the house. Right? So we're looking at about 110.
Some people feel like diasporans contribute to prices being high, like they're not considering inflation and how things are being imported and things are being pinned against the dollar. Things are automatically going to get more expensive.
I don't think the diasporans are to be blamed for prices going up. Well, people always find ways to say whatever they want to say. It's just how the human race is and how people are. Like, some Ghanaians are making a lot of money and they will pay. Like Ghanaians with businesses, they will pay. The amount is nothing to them. I've met more Ghanaians with a lot of money than the people who moved to Ghana. Certain places in Ghana are very picky. They purposely make their stuff expensive because they want certain people there.
Yeah.
And
like they have a targeted audience.
Exactly. And it's not necessarily diasporans alone. It's for people who can afford it.
People with money.
Exactly. So, and they have that in the States, and they have that everywhere.
Exactly.
So that's why people eat in McDonald's. That's why people eat in Tao. If you ain't got Tao money, you go to McDonald's. We all gonna eat.
That's a drastic difference.
It is, but we all gonna eat though at the end of the day. So people just gotta cut their coat according to their size.
So I think the only thing we didn't really cover is like beauty and maintenance, which I'm going to get into the rest of the vlog and drop some gems. So make sure you stay tuned. Also, thank you so much for 100K.
Are you mad?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are so far out. Can you at least pray for 10K, 100K? I think she's dreaming, but amen to that. Let's give it 3 years. Thank you guys so much for the 1K.
Thank you guys for the 1K.
You really believe that?
I don't know why I got all my numbers mixed up today.
It's okay.
I said we spent 1,000 cities
okay.
by the lady.
It's okay.
And we spent, and I got 100K.
It's okay. 100K. Congratulations. All right, guys. Until next time, be legendary.
Peace. I haven't had my nails done in so long. I'm trying to keep it like healthy and not having it drilled every 2 weeks, and acrylic and all that stuff is really bad for your nails. So I'm trying to get some stuff to do it myself and get some groceries and
I didn't just have before saying baby around the plan now plans
I'm almost done. Yeah.
So Issa claims that this meat pie is better than hot oven. So we're gonna try it today and see. Listen, it looks pretty good and it's hot and fresh.
No, I don't mind that. We should. Why should we travel when we already living in a British Accra?
It's very flaky. It's very good.
very good.
Very, very good. Thanks for the recommendation.
Thank you. You are welcome.
Perfect Touch, located in Johulu. Can you tell us a little bit about the African Games?
Let me do my father.
So much traffic just to get out. So Rush is not feeling very well, unfortunately. So I was like, let me make him some soup, something flavorful and spicy, because that's the only thing he can eat, really. In the midst of making it, the gas just went off. We ran out of gas. So Issa came to the rescue again. He's going to get some gas so that I can turn the fire back on. So I was like, let me get myself a facial while I wait. So I've already washed my face, so I'm just toning with this toner right here. This is really great for oily skin. Once I tone, I'm gonna steam my face to open up my pores before I use this enzyme mask, which is basically like a gentle exfoliator. Like, you can use this every day, but it's pretty expensive and I wouldn't know where else to get it. So I just use it whenever I do my facials. Okay, so this is my extraction tool and it vibrates. I don't know if you can hear it. You know when your room's a little messy, but then you make your bed and it makes all the difference? That's how I feel about my nose, because my nose gets really clogged up because it's oily. So once I do my extractions, I feel like it makes all the difference in my skin. I'm also really excited to finish off my facial with this new sheet mask that I got. It's from VT Cosmetics and they sent it to me like a few weeks ago, and I've been trying it out before I did a thorough review. So I've been loving it so far because I feel like it adds a lot of hydration to my skin, and I feel like, so y'all know I don't play about my skin, so I had to look up the ingredients, but I clearly I can't understand what it says. So I use this app called Yuka to scan it, and I'm gonna put like a little video on the side. So yeah, this stuff. So one of the main ingredients is citrus seed extract, and that's really good for your skin because it has antibacterial properties, and let me get this out of the way. And it also has vitamin C, which helps with the fine lines in your skin. It helps with sun exposure. Vitamin C is just good for so many things. This is their Vita Light cream, which also has vitamin C. And I usually use this at night after I finish my routine. And I wake up and I be glowing, like, hello. And it's super lightweight, like super lightweight, and it smells really good. It has like a very light citrusy scent. So this is how it looks, and it comes with these tweezers that I, of course, forgot upstairs. So I'm gonna run and go get that. Okay, so these are the tweezers. So you just pull it out very carefully. One thing I really like about these masks is that the eye, nose, and mouth part actually fits my facial features. Like, I've tried some sheet masks where I can barely fit my eyes through, and my eyes are already small, so. Right, I'm basically done. When you take your sheet mask off, make sure you press everything into your skin. I need to make Rush his plate. Hopefully he's able to eat it. I don't know what he has, but it's not your normal cold, and I'm praying I don't get it. I've been drinking the ginger shots and trying to stay away from him. No, but seriously, I'm not trying to get sick. And now for my night cream. I know y'all see the glow. I know y'all see the glow. So we're currently at Prom Prom. Rush is about to shoot a video out here for some land. Look at him right there. He's sick. He shouldn't even be out here. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, so it's opposite that, so yeah, there's stones and sand.
The sound didn't come?
Take TV. Allez, monsieur, oui.
How much did you pay for your haircut?
35.
35 cities? How much would it cost you in East Legon?
It depends on where you go. Some places is more expensive than others.
Okay. Am I bothering you?
I'm hot. ECG turns off the light every day. You know, we are trying to be mindful and don't turn on the AC. I'm a bit hot, but you're not bothering me. Do you like my haircut?
Yes, I do. My braids are getting a little fuzzy. I'm gonna do like this much over so that it can look refreshed, because it's looking a little too fuzzy for my liking. There's definitely a lot of controversy when it comes to pricing for beauty maintenance in Ghana. And it's like, I get it. Some of these prices are a little outrageous, but the overall argument is people come from abroad and they pay a ridiculous amount to get their hair or nails done. Like I would see TikToks of people paying like 600 to get their braids done, and people start commenting like, oh, I can get it done for 200 cities or 100 cities. And it's like, okay, you can, but will it be the same experience? Like you wouldn't go to Louis Vuitton and start getting upset because everything is so expensive. You're either going to pay the price or you're going to go where you can afford. Like if you're going to a local shop and you're paying about 200 cities for your braids, I don't think that the owner is all of a sudden going to raise the price because luxury salon is charging 500 cities and up. They're not providing the same experience. And if they are doing that, then that's just not a smart business move, obviously. And if your pricing is not matching your targeted audience, then who are you going to appeal to, right?
You're not feeling it, so now it's 35. Do times 4 of that.
It's not that I wasn't feeling her, it's just that the haircut wasn't the same every single time.
140 CDs.
I just felt like she did whatever she was in the mood for that day.
140 CDs is about better than $11 a month.
Would you still love me if I rocked my hair like this? Why are you tickling me? So this is how my hair came out. It looks nice and refreshed, and added some curls and color. Do you like my hair? You didn't say anything about my hair.
Baby, I said I love your look today. Yeah, I like it.
But you didn't say you like my hair specifically. And I spent all day.
We were fighting this morning.
So you want that in the law?
Yeah. I want people to see your true colors. When I act like you're the sweetest woman on earth, you don't stress me or nothing.
Thank you.